Let's talk about the time I made a Russian so upset that she lost her accent. I'd like to make a disclaimer before I continue with this video. The patient that I reference is a young woman who had just lost her baby. A lot of times as nurses, we're put in situations that are emotionally taxing, but we also feel like we don't have the right to be sad or upset because it's not actually happening to us. Oftentimes our outlet is humor. That's how we get through it. So if you find that subject matter to be especially sensitive for you, maybe you want to pass on this video. I mean, I'm not going to be horrible, but I'm also not going to win Miss Congeniality. Okay, let's just say that. Okay, here we go. It's not often that we get a patient in our ICU that just had a baby. She was pregnant with twins and she lost both of the babies. Her blood pressure was low, so she needed to come over. She had now been in the unit for 4 days. I had worked my way up. I was a charge nurse. It was becoming increasingly difficult to find nurses who were comfortable going in that room because they were sad. They didn't know how to help her. They didn't know what to say. Also because the babies were in there with her. Which is fine. Whatever she needs. But also, there were 2 babies in there. And they have not been alive for 4 days. I had an employee who had just had a baby, and she for sure did not want to go in there. She was breastfeeding. She wanted to know if she can go into my office and pump. I walk her out there. I come back, and our nursing assistant, Svetlana, comes up. Andrew, did you see them? We have some babies here. We have babies. Little fingers. Oh, they are the most beautiful. I think I want to hold them. Can we hold them? She doesn't know. Do you understand that everyone else knew what was happening in that room? Everybody knew what was happening in there. She's going to go in there and say something stupid. Oh, they're so cute. Do you need me to feed them? They look just like you. How you doing? You still with me? Everyone around is staring at her and I. Andrew's the charge nurse. Andrew's her boss. Andrew is going to handle this situation, right? You know, like in movies when someone makes a scene in public and everyone stops talking and looks at them? That is this situation. Think Meg Ryan's orgasm scene in When Harry Met Sally. Orgasming over dead babies. That was bad, right? I'm so sorry. I'm not perfect. I'm just saying what happened. Maybe let's just make a rule that I get 3 bad things per video to say. And that was the first one, okay? You know what, Svetlana? Let's go in the other room and talk. See that? Thinking. I'm a thinker. See, I've learned a few things. I'm not always stupid, right? I took her to the other room. That's step 1. I've got to use all of my managerial training for this. I have to let her know what's going on in that room in the most responsible, sensitive, appropriate way possible. Svetlana. Those babies. The babies. The babies. The babies in that room. They're dead. That's number 2. That's number 2. Her shoulders rise up. Her eyes widen. She's standing over me now. What do you mean they're dead? And her accent is gone. First time I ever heard her without an accent. What are they doing here? Still no accent. I try my best for 5-10 minutes to explain what happened to this poor woman, how we have to be really sensitive to her needs. We can't go in there all excited about the babies. She can keep them as long as she wants, even if she's here for a month. Her shoulders go down. She walks away. I am now fully drained by this conversation. I got to get out of here. I go to my office. I walk in. There's my friend using a breast pump. Always. It's always like this. Should I ignore it? Pretend it didn't happen? Apologize? Apologize would be good, right? I should diffuse this with humor. Because I'm always really good at saying the right thing whenever I am in situations that are not... I could say the right thing. So she comes out. So I said, I'll be in the bathroom later. I'll leave the door unlocked. In case you want to walk in on me. I'm her boss. I'm her boss. She didn't laugh. And that's number 3. Okay, focus. End of the story. My friend with the breast pump, she worked there for a few more years. She ended up moving out of state, telling me how much she admired me and thought I was a good mentor for her. So I feel like she's okay with what happened. That, and the fact she never called HR. The woman ended up relinquishing her babies on day 5. That's part of nursing. You're here for the other person's needs, and I think we were there for hers. She made little handprints. She kept locks of their hair. But Svetlana never had a casual conversation with me ever again. For a few months afterwards, every time I would be in her vicinity, I could hear her muttering under her breath, "Babies." Sometimes I can still hear her. Babies? Stop.